Stephen, may I be the first to congratulate you on a truly marvellous career. Why have you decided to call it a day?
Well, there's a few reasons really. Obviously you're aware of this time coming towards the end, and the body starts talking to you. You know, the pains and the aches get more regular. The way you feel out there on the pitch changes. Over the last couple of years I've felt myself slowing down a little bit, if you like, and I basically can't deliver what I used to be able to deliver, and that becomes a little bit frustrating as time goes on. And also, you know, I've listened to people over the years, and important people in the game who I trust and have a lot of respect for have said to me, you know, always go with a tiny bit left. Never overstay your welcome and play on too long where it becomes embarrassing. So I can feel that's not too far away, so now's the right time. Was there a moment? Not one moment. I think it was more a period. I think my last 3-4 months at the Galaxy, I was getting too many injuries. I didn't really feel as sharp as I used to. The games were becoming more challenging, especially in altitude and heat, humidity. The travel was affecting me, so it was more a period of time rather than one particular moment. In saying that, I've had a few moments in the last 6 months where I've thought I didn't play well today, or that guy got the better of me, and I don't like saying that to myself, so now's the right time. Will you miss it? 100%. I'm the type of person that loves playing football. I love the game. I love training on a daily basis. I love competing, and I've absolutely loved the journey through the highs and lows over the years. I've loved every minute of it, so I'm going to miss it immensely. Describe your emotions about having to retire, because I mean it comes to us all in football. Describe how it feels to you. I think very mixed at the moment. I'm a tad sad because I'm not going to be out there on the pitch. I'm not going to be in the dressing room with the boys with all the banter and going out to compete anymore. I'm not going to play in front of them huge crowds and have them incredible moments, the highs that, you know, are beautiful as a footballer. So a bit mixed, but at the same time I'm proud and I'm happy. I've achieved many things that I never thought I'd get near. I keep telling myself, you know, I'm a young boy from a council estate who had dreams of playing for my hometown club, and I keep going back to there, and I'm very grateful how it's gone. You mentioned there your highs, great moments. The best of those moments for you? Obviously the Champions League in Istanbul 2005. You know, getting that 5th Champions League for Liverpool, the trophy that we keep forever. And given the nature of the game as well, I mean, it was an extraordinary football match, wasn't it? It was a dream just to be involved in the ride and the journey, but to actually get the cup at the end of it, and the game, probably the best Champions League final ever to watch, was a miracle, really. And for you personally as well, you kind of dragged them back in it, didn't you? Almost single-handedly. The nice thing for me was that I contributed big in the game. You know, being the captain, there was a lot of pressure that I had to deliver in that game, and looking back on it now, really pleased how it went. But at the same time, along the way as well, there's been some really brutal lows that have took a lot out of me as well. The worst? Obviously the Chelsea game. That's one that'll haunt me for a long time. The complete opposite to the feelings of the Champions League, where you're on this incredible high, and then when you go back to the Chelsea game and that being a pivotal moment, it felt like a disaster happened in my life. That's how bad it was. One of the few players, of course, to play over 100 games for your country. The highs for England? Every time you put the shirt on, you know, representing it, you're asked many times by a lot of children and people out there, what's it like to play for England? And until you actually put that shirt on for the first time and then do it on a regular basis, it's difficult to describe. Representing your country and millions and millions of people, that was another dream that I achieved, and to do it over 100 times was incredible for me. But looking back over my England career, it's mixed, like most people's are. You know, you have like your Germany 5-1 results that you feel really great about, and then you have the shootout heartaches when you've missed a penalty, or for example under Steve McLaren when we didn't qualify, and you have them brutal lows as well. But it's part and parcel of being a footballer and having that long career. It's always going to be full of highs and lows. If you look back on your own career, describe your strengths as a player. For me, obviously I'm not really one for being big-headed or that type of person. But for me, I think my game, I could do a little bit of everything. I wouldn't say I was the best goal-scoring midfielder out there. I wouldn't say I was the best defensive midfielder out there. But what I could do is I could do a little bit of everything. So I could head it, I could tackle, I could run, I could pass over different distances, I could nick a goal. So I think that was my strength, having the body and the endurance to do a little bit of everything.
If you look at yourself, well, you might find this easier to answer. A weakness? Have you got? Was there weakness in Steven Gerrard's game?
I think the weakness here in me early years, I think Rafa Benitez pointed that out quite cleverly, was probably discipline in terms of losing my position as a centre midfielder too easily, and also maybe emotions, controlling my emotions in terms of getting stupid yellow cards and a few stupid red cards. I've let my teammates down on a few occasions. They're the things that I look back on and wish I could go back and correct them things to have a totally smooth career. But you know, who's out there that has that perfect career? I'm not sure there's many.
You ended your career obviously at LA Galaxy, but predominantly you'll always be remembered as a Liverpool player. You played there practically your whole career.
Yeah.
Any regrets on that? You perhaps think sometimes could have moved. You nearly did, of course, didn't you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sitting here now with no regrets in terms of how the whole career went. But you know, I get quite a bit of stick along the way about not winning the Premier League, for example. And I look back at the opportunities I had to go to the strongest teams in the league, and I probably would be sitting here with 4 or 5 Premier League medals. You know, I could have went abroad to the big teams and chased that glory, but it's also satisfying at the same time to know I stayed loyal to the people that are most important to me, and I didn't chase cash or I didn't chase the glory. Of course, I'm sitting here with that one big regret that I didn't win the Premier League, but at the same time I'm very satisfied with my own loyalty.
What does Liverpool Football Club mean to you?
The world. You know, I started supporting the club at a very young age. A lot of my family are Reds. The way the club shaped me and treated me from a young age and turned me into a decent human being and a good footballer, I've got you know, a lot to thank them for. You
feel you're going to go into coaching perhaps rather than perhaps the television business, for example?
Well, I think I'd like to do a bit of both. I think obviously now I'm really excited to get back to work with BT and cover the Champions League and the Premier League. That's something that I've been looking forward to doing once I return. But in the future, I definitely have dreams and aspirations of having a go at the management or assisting the manager and being back involved in the dressing room. But you know, I've got many years to do that. The important thing for me now is to concentrate on BT and in my spare time around that to try and gain some experience.
If you're looking ahead into management, you've played with under many managers. Who would be the most influential, do you think, taking it into your managerial career possibly?
I think it'd be a bit disrespectful to pick one. I'd like to take a little bit from them all, if you like, good and bad. Good and bad, because I think you can learn a lot from some managers where you've had a few disagreements or how they've handled certain situations where you feel like you'd do it different. Rafa Benitez was certainly the best coach tactically that I worked under, but I think you have to do it your way, the way you see the game, and then basically use your experience as a player and the people that you learnt off to sort of put that around your own way of doing it.
Best player you played with?
Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
By a mile, yeah.
Really, that clear?
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Looking ahead now, you're talking about that, you're going to go into... Are you going to be back living here, presumably, moving straight back?
I'm going to be back with my family, based in Liverpool.
It's frustrating playing right at the end of your career when you can't quite do it anymore, isn't it?
Very.
Yeah. Was it hard though making the final decision to actually end it?
Yeah, because as I say, I'd love to have a few games in the future to play in. I am going to miss it. It's not as if I'm out on my knees and I can't move anymore. I could still play at a certain level, but you know, the level that I like playing at is the top. And I like to find consistency, and I don't like to let people down. So before that starts happening more regularly, I think it's time to call it a day.
Steven, you've never let anyone down. I wish you well in the future, and again, what a brilliant career you've had.
Thanks a lot, I appreciate it. Thank you.